Good day, good love, and great light, illuminators and way showers. Thanks for joining me. This is Wendy and my husband Dave. Say hi, Dave.
Hello.
And here we are right at the solar eclipse. Here in Central Alabama, we are in the United States. So I've just got the camera pointed up there, and I thought we would do just a light language blessing. Really was kind of the idea is to bring in the information and I want to say the multidimensional information that these events usher in for us, and using this moment, this event as a portal to higher understanding, higher learning, higher knowing, but most importantly, opening the light within ourselves and to know thyself more fully, to accept and love ourselves completely. And this being 2024, April 8th, 2024, I'm hearing grand opening. This is like the grand opening to, I don't know, a magical door, a magical portal within all of us, within the human collective consciousness. And I want to take this opportunity to just share my love and my energy through all of the multidimensional me's that I am, and Dave, and channeling this whatever it is that I want to say galactic and beyond, connecting more fully with our stellar families, and literally that we share our DNA with. And right now it's actually, the clouds just came over. Sataki andare sero sono di evacaliana quieto shonmite amaliana ni shevasu ambuko tevesa morishana kilina subasuparavishana alakatiki and nanani sasokoa. It's like I'm like hearing, we're ushering each other through the darkness. We are all one in this, and we leshano kodiyamba sepasono sepisani te Savasono, and to remind us that we are never ever alone, and we carry that seed of sovereignty, that sun inside of us. And I was reminded how all of us can take also this opportunity to connect with all the suns in everyone and everywhere, in every parallel reality, every galaxy, every system, everywhere that we can even imagine, to connect with every one of those suns and feel the energy of that within us, and to ignite something infinite in this year of number 8, the infinite number. Yaloko Sevashino Togi, Samiato Fisana, Savayasono Kutiashana Katiaro.
No, hey, I need to eat. Hey, I need to do it. And then I want to tell what I need to hear. Interestingly, I have the bird sound monitoring program running because it got very quiet, and then a couple birds started chirping, and I wanted to see which ones they were. And interestingly, the ones that it's picking up are yellow and red birds.
Interesting. So we've got the solar plexus chakra, root chakra. I was just thinking about the mushrooms too, and how we were joking that I made homemade mushroom soup, and we call it we heard it called moon. Well, we call it moon soup because the mushrooms are the only plant governed by the moon.
They use the moon's energy
Oh,
grow
rather than the sun.
rather than the sun.
That's correct. And so I was just now reminded of that network that we are so deeply and intimately connected with all of the trees and and that particular network. Oh, here comes the sun again. And how we always feel exceptionally connected then to the moon when we're eating mushroom soup now. So we call it moon soup. So there you go. We have our sunshine and our moon today.
The dawn of a new era.
Yeah, indeed. Heliando sabiando kusha sobari sinakila ala zinotubir sono koti inti savasani. Heliando sebeki atela shotokosina ala kiti somo no. And as always, it's a loving pleasure, honor to any of you who merge your energy, eclipse your energy with us, with this now, with any time you're seeing this, watching this, hearing this. Regime tovisa maniala katea halejo nai intabala konopilo shonokumbi isinangala koti sevasamania, and how deeply connected I feel with all things, all that is, and all of you, and how just gratifying and how, I don't know, I just feel so blessed to be able to experience that particular energy in that particular way.
And now a lot of white birds showing up.
Of course, why wouldn't there be? Like it's about shadow kinti subventionaltia. Alazina shiana karian bara vasamaya karianto so ashinitia. Satokosi sama seniniara katilo shomaitera kesena. So it's about what, little 2 something p.m. here?
2:06.
2:06 p.m. here, and we are in Central. Is it daylight time now? Central Daylight Time? Central Standard Time. So wherever and whenever you are in the world, you may or may not be experiencing eclipse effects at all, but yet, I think that's one of the reasons why I was guided, to do a video, because I really wanted to capture this moment, and because I know that, even though we were not in the complete total eclipse, and actually then the clouds came too, but in that exact viewing point, but it was getting darker here, but it was the idea that even when the sun is shining on one part of the world and it's not on the other, it's still shining. And to remember that we're all always shining, and the moon is always shining somewhere, and the sun is always shining somewhere.
Except during an eclipse.
Well, there you go. So
the moon is not reflecting the sun back to Earth, and the moon is blocking the sunlight from the sun.
So it feels like I don't know. I guess that exceptional and that exceptional energy. And often, as it is when you're, when you feel things and you get this, you're intuitive, you get, you get these feelings, and it doesn't necessarily need like an explanation. It doesn't need a reason. We look for it. We look for an explanation in things that are energetic, but yet we don't really have the words to even, explain what that is. And so when I feel this energy, I'm not even sure what words to put to it, other than it feels, I don't know, maybe more connective, more that we're operating as a human collective consciousness during these events or something.
Well, remember too that everything is a reflection from our consciousness. So the sun and the moon and the energies coming from the sun are really just reflections of our own individual and collective consciousnesses.
Very true.
And it's also
and we created
sort of a
them.
metaphor for the idea that we're still here even though we were not receiving energy from the sun, even though it seems like the solar energy is what the earth and all life on earth runs on. It's really the effect of our own reflection of consciousness.
Well, it's true because everything is a reflection of our consciousness, absolutely everything. And maybe that's what I feel stronger too, is that reflection of consciousness. Maybe the energy just feels maybe a little bit more amplified, or maybe it's kind of like a tuning fork or something, or and the idea that we created it all. You know, we as a collective consciousness, along with our celestial bodies, you know, the sun, the moon, and all that revolve, and all that we identify with in our own, in what we call our solar system. We created all that with each other, for each other, to experience together. So I think when we have these, you know, celestial events, I feel the rhythm of that connection, maybe that heartbeat that we all, you know, that same core heartbeat that we all vibrate to. I feel it maybe more strongly.
A reminder of the oneness.
Yes, exactly. The reminder of the reflection of that oneness, the oneness that we are, the oneness that we as a human collective are, the oneness that we are with our earth, the oneness that we are with all of every single thing that exists on earth, and then bringing us to the awareness more and more that the oneness of all that is, that everything that has ever been created, that ever will be created, is and always will be, and we're always and always will be and always are connected to that one core vibration, that source is from which all we are. And I've often seen, like, that's how I see creation, is this one beautiful sun that wanted to send out its, you know, its light and receive a reflection back, so that it may see itself. And I think that's what we all are for each other, is, you know, that seeing our own reflections back from each other, and how do we relate to that reflection.
And the sun sees Earth as a blue reflecting ball of light.
And much like the forest, it just seems like so deep, like deep meaning you couldn't possibly count, you know, every leaf on the ground and every blade of grass and leaf on the tree, and that's just the beginning of the infiniteness of all there is, and the beginning of the idea of the infiniteness.
You might be able to see a little bit.
A little bit.
Maybe in the video.
The clouds are coming. Let's see if I can get a little closer. They seem that, yes, and even now, I just feel, even just talking about these things, I just get this rush of energy back, and it's like, wow, there's my mirror, my reflection. Like when we see the beauty in what we see that beauty back. We feel that beauty being reflected back to us. That love and honor and respect and joy and excitement. Literally, we feel it back to us. Nature is our nature. Nicholas no basea na shi tingia sa ton si machete no koya kia. Well, it's too bad we got the clouds today. But nonetheless, the energy's here. We're here with you.
Yeah, you can sort of see.
And you could
the
just, yep,
crescent.
it's just coming through. The crescent's just coming through the clouds. Yeah, que no Transportational to yende kite senya. Nalindo shakia nanikiasa.
Ne ta e ka ana jua ya a ne ka ana jua ne ta na e ka ana tu ana ana jua ne ta e ka ana jua ne ta ai jua na ti.
I was reminded just now as you were speaking that, and maybe that was what I was maybe hearing from you, is maybe a interpretation that clouds are our circumstances.
Well,
And, you know, the clouds go by. And they have their purpose, their moment, their reason, their, you know. But the clouds are just the circumstances. Circumstances are just the clouds. They're literally a mist.
well, I'm pretty excited that you are planting corn today, and part of the purpose of planting corn, of course, we want to grow corn, but
that was really honestly, that was eating the corn was the secondary reason.
The purpose was to be able to collect our own corn pollen.
Yes.
For, I guess, spiritual and ceremonial purposes.
And
sort of
ever since
like the indigenous.
Well, ever since I learned of that practice from the Dene, the Navajo, the Yelen, and how their connection to the holy people and their understanding of nature and the connection to the holy people, and corn pollen is part of their every morning ceremony. And as soon as I learned of it, I felt that tug in my heart, like, wow, I want to do that. I want to, and I actually have. I bought a little corn pollen pouch, so I have the little pouch. So now I was like, I really want to grow my own corn, so I can collect my own corn pollen. So maybe that inspires someone to look into that or connect to that idea, to that energy. Makes me. Now I wish I had my drum out here. Hanako hayako hina haya haya nuayoku ake.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us.
Koyato vese nea ya quiero que se no te reservationoko. Eclipse. And that's the name of my unicorn, Eclipse, my unicorn statue that sits on the wall in front of the house here. Eclipse.
Love you.
Love you guys. May something eclipse in you and allow you to move through your own cloud and see your self shining on the other side. And I'm reminded that that's one of the reasons I named Eclipse, was that after Epiphany, Eclipse. Of the Asasani, I was forgetting the third one, Epiphany Eclipse. I'm like, why am I'm like, all of a sudden, I was like, oh, wait, what was the name of the other one? Anyway, one of the one of the three bodies that supports the energy, their balance on the planet Epsilon, and how their connection, Epsilon, to us and to Sirius, and once again, how that energy is being through our moonlight, being amplified through our moonlight to all of us. So I was reminded of that. I don't know why. For all of a sudden, it's like I'm completely the third one is escaping me. I'll think of it. Epsilon, Epiphany, and Eclipse. Epsilon, Epiphany, and Eclipse. The high vibrational balancing energy for the Epsilon, who are our family, the first hybrids probably to visit us on Earth. Not the first extraterrestrials, not the first beings, the first hybrid beings that share our DNA. Well,
the hybrid children
will be first before the Epsilon. And the Yel are bringing the hybrid children. And the Yel also share our DNA.
It turns out we share our DNA with just about everybody.
It turns out that is one of the things, and actually, I'm glad you brought that up, because in our understanding of our multidimensionality, I believe that we are now going to be understanding that there's a lot more to what we thought in our own DNA, actually, and learning what we didn't know about that, and how much farther reaching and how much more expansive that actually is, and understanding more and more of who we truly are. And that is just I feel a very small piece of the puzzle, actually. The Sasani element is what I mean, the hybrid element, and I believe that that's what this door is ushering in too for all of us, is the deeper understanding of our stellar connections, dimensional connections, that we are connected to non-physical beings.
Well, it's also a metaphor for humanity collectively being ready to align with the galactic bodies.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thought I'd kind of pan out a little bit more and see, so we could, since it's pretty cloudy, give you kind of a little bit broader view before we say goodbye. So once again, remember that no matter when and where you are and what your spiritual journey is, we are here. Me physically, we're here. We are your family. So, I thought a lot about this in this last weekend for a variety of reasons, but about the homing beacon, and I really believe that that we are each other's homing beacons, and I really believe that light language is a portal to the remembering of that homing beacon, that beacon that we all were looking for each other. That lighthouse in the fog. So this is my beacon to all of you, to feel more fully your connection to me, to us, to all that is, to yourself, to your soul, who you really are, to your consciousness. And thank you always, once again, for being a part of my journey, and to remind us all that journey begins and ends with the word joy, and we really are meant to be in joy here. That is the, if we want to call it the, the awakening. That is what the awakening is that understanding. That is who we really are. So, yeah, we're here. We love you.
And we'd love to hear from you. So,
as
comment.
always, yes. Goodbye, everybody. Until the next now.
Love
Mahalo.
you.